Hey, good evening, folks, and welcome to Permian, Texas, or Odessa, Texas, where the Permian High School Panthers play host to the Lady Bucks and the Lady Cats, the Wildcats of Idalou, here in the area championship round. Again, Lady Buck Volleyball, who took down Coahoma in the bi-district championship round 3-1. Want to come out hot today. Plenty of seniors on the team, 5 seniors trying to prolong their volleyball career. That goes for both sides. Plenty of seniors on that Idalou team as well. They've got a couple of tall girls that make up that front row, big hitters in the front row. And those are the type that you look at when you come into the gym, say, okay, I know they're going to be an asset for that team, but they've got some great hitters that were hitting at the net during warm-ups as well. So an Idalou team, top to bottom, that's going to be good all season, or that has been good all season long, and is going to give the Lady Bucks a test. But it's time for an Alpine team to beat an Idalou team, man. You hear the name Idalou and you think, wow, that team has really had our numbers in football, had our numbers in any sport as we get to this round in the playoffs. But it is time for the Lady Bucks and this Alpine community to reach up and take down Idalou, and the Lady Bucks have a great opportunity to do so today here in the area championship round. Idalou again out here in green and yellow, their colors. They look like the Oregon Ducks, as the Lady Bucks purple and gold over there talking and circling up around head coach Linda Morris. Again, Lady Buck Volleyball, they're about to now announce the starting lineups. We had it a little bit delayed. Lubbock Cooper High School, a 5A program, as well as another 5A program in the area, played off against each other at this same gym right before we started. Lubbock Cooper won that 3-0. But again, the Lady Bucks, who have not dropped a set in district play, and the first set they've dropped in a long time was the the third set against Coahoma. Come out here as they announce the starting lineups. We'll go through the whole roster, actually. And Alpine. One second here. There we go. Okay, we had dead air on the radio. Again, we're live on YouTube today and over at Big Bend Radio. We've got video here in the area championship round. Thank you to some generous sponsors who are able to help us afford that, right? You know, they charge a going rate. We got charged the going rate, the same rate that Odessa Permian High School, who had 1,000 kids in their graduating class, get charged to hold this broadcast. And West Texas National Bank, Big Bend Telephone, McCoy's Building Supplies, Skinner Drilling and Well Service, and Josh and Michelle Reinhardt all helped make this YouTube broadcast possible, so you can see the Lady Bucks on the road here at Idalou. Again, they're announcing this lineup for Idalou. The 5 seniors for Alpine are Nada Morris, Caro Castillo, Mackenzie De Leon, Peyton Kincaid, and I'm missing one here, Neve Carrasco. She is hiding behind that ladder over as they announce this Idalou team. Again, what I thought we saw from the Lady Bucks in that game against Coahoma, in that match against Coahoma, is the Lady Bucks came out screaming. They came out the better of the 2 teams. They were more composed in that first and second set and really just took the hammer to Coahoma. We're hoping for more of the same today. We'll be back in a moment as they have the national anthem here.
At Maverick Bank, we don't just bank, we break the mold. Bold, independent, and built for Texas. We make decisions locally with your goals in mind. Whether you're growing a business, buying a home, or planning for the future, we're here to help you move forward. Visit www.maverick.bank or stop by your nearest location in Alpine, Fort Davis, or Presidio. Maverick Bank, legacy-driven, future-focused. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Enjoy the familiar comforts of Holiday Inn Express as you explore the mysterious beauties of West Texas. We offer spacious rooms with large bathrooms, complimentary breakfast that will spoil your taste buds, free Wi-Fi, fitness center, indoor pool, and even electric vehicle charging. Holiday Inn Express, your oasis in the desert in Alpine, Texas, 2004 East Highway 90. Call 432-837-9597.
Stephanie from Dr. Seuss. I got a note, he's got a car, he's got a boat, and if we have time, can we give him a quote?
Of course we can, Renee, and we can do it today. And if he likes, a policy for his bikes or his home. Does he live in a dome? We can cover his travels if he likes to roam.
Well, we'll cover it all. I'll give him a call.
If it's insurance you need, call Tally Reed, 837-3459. You'll be fine here in Alpine.
Get it done. That's what McCoy's is all about. For that home or commercial project, McCoy's has a friendly and knowledgeable staff always ready to help. And with McCoy's, they'll make your job easier with do-it-yourself tips and tools. Order online, and they'll have it ready for you. Even load it up. And free delivery with $50 or over purchase under 1,000 pounds within a 25-mile radius, Monday through Saturday. McCoy's offers online bill paying and invoice management with flexible credit options. At McCoy's, their purpose is to make life easier and more fulfilling for those who build.
Again, Ladybugs starting lineup out here on the floor in the front row. Nada Morris, Taryn Harden, and Peyton Kincaid with Zariah Galvan, Gabby Dominguez, and Neve Carrasco making up the back row for Alpine in this area championship round. Idalou has 3 at the net right now. That's Hadley. Man, I should have taken, Underwood. Hadley Underwood. Briley Stevens. Campbell Ross. And in the back row, Brianna Fishback, as well as 2 others. This is an Alpine heavy broadcast. Looking at the size at the net, Ladybugs have the better of the size. Of course, the senior Peyton Kincaid in the front row, but size isn't everything here in volleyball, and Ladybugs are going to try and come out strong and come out hot in this matchup. It's Idalou's service to start things off as Caro rotates in for Neve. Really, that rotation with Neve coming out, Neve will make up the middle hitter and middle blocker for Alpine in that second half of the rotation, trying to hold it down as this is served over. It's Nada, low set across for Taryn, shanked off of the back row of Idalou. Not a good start. Taryn Harden sends it right into the back row, and Aaliyah Garcia. Again, that was controllable for Aaliyah, but just popped over her head and sent to that back row. Service now, a service error from the Lady Bucks. We're tied up at 1. Again, you expect some nerves here at this level, at this size. And both teams have made a mistake to give the other a point early. Low service, it's bleeding over for Taryn. Taryn to Nada, Nada to Peyton, and Peyton with a 12-foot kill in front of the back row and in front of the libero, J.C. McKinney. 2-1 Alpine. Again, serving is Taryn. Taryn floats it over. Awkward control for Idalou, and they get a free ball back over after a little bit of a miscommunication. It's Caro to Nada, Nada to Peyton, and Peyton has to send the free ball after the set goes a few feet away. Taryn diving to dig in the back row. Bump set from Nada, and Evelyn floats it over for Idalou. Idalou now, big kill attempt. High control by Evelyn. Nada to the middle for Peyton. Peyton with a rocket, and it's sent back over for a free ball. Now Evelyn high to Nada. Cross-court set back to Evelyn. Yanks it off to the back of the gym, and we're tied up at 2 in the first set. They brought a bus here from Idalou with some students. I have to guess it's a bus. They all showed up and walked into the gym at the exact same time. Sitting in the front row up there here at Permian High School as Taryn controls the service. Nada back set for Peyton, and Peyton too strong, untouched by the blockers of Idalou. The Wildcats in green and yellow. The same color scheme as the Oregon Ducks. Here's the service. It's Taryn high to Nada. Nada right at the net, pulls it back for Evelyn. Evelyn glances off the net, high control to the back of the gym, and we're tied up at 3. It'll be Caro serving. Caro floats it over. Idalou, a big bump back to the back row, and they send the free ball over. Taryn to Nada. Nada, a back set, and coming across is Evelyn. Evelyn had to cover some ground to get there and sent that kill attempt too strong, one where she had a hard time getting up high. And again, it's 4-3 Idalou. You're listening either on the radio or over on YouTube. It's Evelyn, a high control to Nada. Nada sets it up for McKenzie, and McKenzie bumps it over the blockers, and nobody controlling back behind those blockers, 4-4. If I'm being honest, I think Coahoma, this is a very early juncture. I'll knock on wood for us, but I think Coahoma looked better than this Idalou team. It's controlled high by the back row, set off to the left side, and they send it over. It's Nada now with the setter dump, batted around by Idalou, and they get it back into the net, and it falls for a Lady Buck point. After this round, the winner of this matchup will play the winner of Wall and Tolar. Tolar was the team that beat the Lady Bucks in the third round of the playoffs last year. They don't look as good this year. Now a setter dump, and the Lady Bucks unable to get underneath at 5-5. Five back and forth again. I think both teams have made a little bit of a mistake here or there early on. And both teams trying to settle into this one. Service over. It's Caro up to Nada. Nada, a back set now for Evelyn. Her hit goes into the blockers and right back over after Evelyn gets a palm on it. It's diving after it, Caro. Caro to Neve. Neve to Taryn. Taryn with the free ball. Hit up to the middle of the net. Into our middle blockers. No, it's into the net. 4 hits for Idalou as their big middle blocker from the middle. Morgan Carthel, a senior, sent that hit right into the net and tried to recontrol. 6-5. Alpine again with another lead. Set off to this left side. Hit attempt too strong. Oh, they're going to say it glanced off those Lady Buck blockers over on the far side. Nada taps her jersey, says, I touched that, 6-6. The student section doesn't really know the rules of volleyball here from Idalou. They say you can't do that. All Nada did was glance that block off. Cross-court hit, shanked off of the back row and off of the libero, J.C. McKinney, for a Lady Buck point. Lady Bucks are listed as the visitor up on the scoreboard as you see it on YouTube. Yeah, I'm aware that the ads aren't quite running right now. Over on Big Ben Radio, trying to work that out. Here's a hit attempt from the left side. That is well too strong. If they had 2 courts to aim at, that might not have made the second court. 8-6 Lady Bucks. That hit from Hadley Underwood. Low service. Awkward control over the far side, and a free ball tipped over. Nada to Peyton. Peyton with a tip, and a diving dig from the libero. Again, a free ball from Idalou. It's Zariah up to the front row. Set up in the middle for Taryn. Taryn blocked at the net, and Zariah underneath to control. Now a back set for Peyton. Peyton lands it just inside the line. Really nice hit from Peyton to make it 9-6. And Neve ready to serve. She floats it over. Cross-court set from Idalou, and their hit attempt right into the net. Just hit off that top side of the net on a nice set attempt, and it's 10-6 Alpine here in the first set. The first set so pivotal, trying to grab that momentum. It's Neve to their libero. Back set now off on this right side. That splits our blockers and finds the back row. A big hit there from the senior Brianna Fishback. Again, the hitters are kind of equal to the size of Alpine today. Discounting or not counting Peyton Kincaid. A service. Lady Bucks watch it go by. A good read in the back row from Gabby Dominguez. It's 11-7. Again, Alpine serving. Idalou bumping it around and has to send a free ball over, trailing by 4. Lady Bucks smell blood in the water as, wow. Lady Bucks get blocked at the net. There's a big block from the middle blocker, Briley Stevens. That's a freshman who just stuffed Peyton Kincaid at the net to make it a 3-point ball game. Lady Bucks were diving after the ball, after the block. Got 3 hits on it, didn't get it back over as they scrambled. McKenzie has to send the free ball after the service. Idalou now with a hit attempt from the right side. That's their large hitter. Sending it into the back row to make it a 2-point game, 11-9. Here's the service. Nada tips it back and tipped right back over. A point awarded to Idalou. As Alpine touched the net up after it and underneath it. 11-10, 3 straight points for Idalou. Both teams trying to find their rhythm. That one, no spin, drops just inside. That was a knuckleball and a service ace. You saw that ball without spin falling in on the other side, and there's a timeout on the floor. We're tied up at 11. We went deep into that first set last week or against Coahoma without a timeout. And this is kind of deep in this first set as both teams wanted to watch their girls settle into this one, but a 4-point rally from Idalou to tie it back up at 11. And coach takes the timeout. I have that crowd mic on. It's not quite working. I can't hear them up there. There's a whole bunch of folks here from Alpine up on that top railing. As Idalou is set to serve after the ace a moment ago. No spin again on that ball. Taryn reads it up to Nada, back set to Taryn. Taryn finds the libero's hands in the back row. Might have been too strong. She might have been trying to pull her hands away. And J.C. McKinney again gets a touch on it, and the Lady Bucks take another lead, 12-11. Taryn Harden the service. That's floated to the back row where Idalou sets it up for the middle. Soft hit just over our blockers as they delay it and send it in on the right side for a point. Again, that's a freshman, Briley Stevens, who's one of the tallest girls out here. Probably the second tallest for Idalou, and we're tied up at 12. After the kill from Briley, Underwood now on the service. She sends a no-spin ball over just in front of Caro diving in the back row. You know, if it's anything like other sports, I think when you don't have spin on that ball, it makes it way harder to read. You get some aces. That one with spin. Caro up to Nada again. Idalou with the lead, and Peyton Kincaid with a rocket. Idalou able to control a free ball back over as Caro gets it up to Nada. Nada with the center dump and gets it in on the other side. Tied up at 13. Really nice from Nada with 2 blockers out in front of her. She saw the blocker over on the left side of the net and just sent it off to the right side where nobody was in the area. Caro Castillo again with the service. It's sent over, high control by the libero, bumps that off to the side and pushed over. Free ball, Neve up to Nada. Nada to Evelyn, and Evelyn sends it looping over. As Idalou tries another setter dump. Taryn Harden wiser as this is set up in the middle for Neve. Neve blocked at the net. Ladybug scramble for the free ball. Send it to the back row, and Idalou sets it up. Right side hit attempt is into the net, and on to the Idalou side as the Ladybugs take a 1-point lead again. That's their biggest hitter. Sending it into the net from the right side. The bump set just a few inches away as Caro Castillo sends this service over. It's Underwood up to the front row. Their setter a back set now, and Caro able to control. No, it's off of Caro and into the back of the gym to tie it back up at 14. Looks like their setter is number 8, Campbell Ross, a senior. As this is floated over, it's Evelyn to Nada. Nada set up on the left side for Neve. Neve sends it glancing off of the blockers, batted around, and a free ball over on the third hit. Neda quickly to Neve, and Neve tips it over where Underwood controls. Now a nice free ball to get it around that pin as we get it up to Neda. Again, Neve, and Neve with a hit towards the back row, and Idalou will have to send another free ball over. Great defense from Idalou. The Lady Bucks with an onslaught as Neda sets it up to the far side for Evelyn. A dig attempt there. Now Underwood out of rotation sets it up, and Evelyn jumps into the net. She didn't get a hand on it. That ball went into the net, and Idalou touched it for the fourth hit to give Lady Bucks another 15-14 lead, another 1-point lead for Alpine. Again, they led by 4 around the 11-7 mark. And Gabby Dominguez sends a service that glances off the top of the net and falls for an ace, 16-14. Gabby will serve again. A couple of aces in this set on no spin balls from Idalou. Those are some earned aces, as this is maybe have been out. Diving after it on the near side is their big hitter. She gets it back over the net. Neve tries to jump up and send it right back home, and her hit goes into the net and down on the Lady Bucks side. 16-15, Idalou grabs the point. This is the only player I don't have on my roster, and she's the tallest one. She sends it over and gets an ace. Another ace for Idalou. That's what's kept him in the game. The Lady Bucks have had the better of the rhythm once things have gotten going. The better of the hit attempts, and have forced more free balls from Idalou, but a number of aces for this Idalou team on their service, and we're tied up at 16. Service now again. This is Gabby. Gabby awkward to control. Caro up to Neve, and the Lady Bucks send the free ball over. It's a set up to the net, right side hit. Lady Bucks block it, down and back into the net for an Idalou point, who takes a 1-point lead, 17-16. Good news is I think if we go to the second set, regardless of who wins it, both teams would think that they can win that second set. Now a service bleeds over the net, diving dig, great one from Gabby. Now Evelyn over to Neve, another free ball after the service. Idalou with a hit attempt, slowed down by Neve. Taryn diving after it. Neve tips it over, tip back over, and Gabby controls. Now Neda over to Evelyn. Evelyn with a hard hit attempt as Idalou tips it over right in front of the diving Taryn Harden, and they award the point to Idalou. Saying Taryn wasn't able to get a hand under it on the pancake hit attempt. It's a 2-point Idalou lead. I think their biggest lead of this set. Service floated over. Gabby up to Neda. Neda in the middle for Neve, and she sends it glancing off the libero, and a headshot on the big server and hitter, and it falls for a Lady Buck point. It's back within 1, 18-17. Zariah sends it floating over, control. And a hit attempt now from Idalou, and a high control by Caro up into the rafters. Bump net set now from Neda, and a free ball over from Neve. Idalou playing their best volleyball right now as they send a hit attempt just inside the back line from the middle. Brianna Fishback, the senior middle blocker. Another 2-point Idalou lead. 19-17. A service from Idalou. That's kind of where the difference has been made. It's been these services. Lady Bucks have had a number of free balls. This won't be a free ball after the service. Taryn Harden gets it, a rocket right in front of the libero, and falls for a point. 19-18. Idalou with their services have forced the Lady Bucks to get free hits or give free balls back over, and the Lady Bucks, in return, Idalou's been able to get good hit attempts after the service. This is a bump set to the middle. Really a free ball. Payton with a block at the middle, sends it right back into the hands of Fishback, and we're tied up at 19. Payton just checks back in with the rotation. It's the starting lineup on the floor. Taryn Harden, Payton, Kincaid, and a timeout on the floors. We tie it back up at 19. I think Idalou wants to talk about this starting lineup, talk about the lineup on the floor. I think this is who you want on the floor right now, tied up at 19 as Payton rotated back in. Both teams having that conversation. Lady Buck cheerleaders here. Again, our cheerleading team is always sparse when volleyball's in action. We've got 6 of them here. It was wild seeing the 5A school Lubbock Cooper with their cheerleading team. Somehow they had a volleyball team with more players than Alpine, and then a cheerleading team with about 20 girls lined up on the sideline. Lamesa looks like that when we play them as well. It's Neve sending it over. Control up to the left side, and a high, hard control by Taryn. That was a rocket from the left side from Underwood to give Idalou a 1-point lead again. Man, this thing is back and forth. And when Idalou gets a good hit attempt, they can absolutely send it home like Alpine. Really the first team this year we've seen like this after district play as Idalou controls this back row hit from Peyton. A free ball from Underwood. It's Gabby up to Nada. Nada in the middle for Peyton. Peyton with a cross-court kill. That's shanked off by Idalou to tie it up at 20. Man, Peyton rises up and sends it on through. As Nada floats this over, just over the net. Idalou will have a good kill attempt here. That's into the net, though. Leaning back, sending it into the net, Jackie Alvidrez. It's 21-20, Alpine with another lead. Again, this is just the first set, 21-20, Alpine, back and forth all the way. Nada sends this floating to the back row, and another bump set to the middle. Hit attempt from Idalou is off of Caro. Hard one to control to tie it back up, 21-21. Yeah, that's the freshman getting that hit. Riley Stevens. Man, I saw the Presidio volleyball bus earlier today. Did Presidio win in the first round? A service error now from Idalou. They didn't update their website. But if Presidio is playing today, I think they won in the first round, which is huge for our district. It's Taryn with the service with a 1-point lead after the service error from Idalou. They get a set up to the right side. Underwood too strong. Untouched by Alpine. Idalou thought Alpine touched it. It's 23-21. There's no reviews here. They have reviews up at Sol Ross. It's Taryn floating it over. Back set. And a free ball pushed over. Caro diving. It's up to Nada. Nada to Peyton. Peyton blocked in the middle. And Caro another control. Ladybucks have to send the free ball here. Evelyn Smith doing so as this is a back set push over to the back row. Nada now sets up to the middle. Peyton. Peyton tips it right over the blockers and it falls 24-21. Timeout on the floor from Idalou. Ladybucks up by 3. 1 point away from taking the first set. Man, that's really composed from Peyton Kincaid. You're in the area championship round. You're playing a good team in Idalou. It's been back and forth the whole way in the first set. And Peyton, rather than sending it smashing through with 2 big middle blockers in front of her, she tips it right over and it falls on the other side of the net where nobody can control on that right side. 24-21, a quick conversation from Coach Morris. Taryn Harden will serve. Taryn with the service. Floated over too strong, a service error, 24-22. Just an inch too strong. Make it 8 inches too strong. It's Underwood now. Underwood's been a good hitter. She's a sophomore. That's floated up to Taryn. Taryn to Nada. Nada back set for Peyton Kincaid, who hits it too strong. 24-23. 1 more point from Idalou, and you'll have to win by 2. Again, a service from Idalou. Ladybucks with Taryn, Caro, and Evelyn back to receive. It's Evelyn up to Nada. Nada set across for McKenzie. McKenzie into the blockers, controlled by Taryn. Now back set to the net. Peyton has to send the free ball over. Idalou back set now, hit from the right side is a rocket into the back row to tie us up. 24-24. Timeout now from Coach Morris. We're tied up at 24. This first set is dramatic, man. I think this one's going to go dramatic the whole way. Ladybucks don't have give up in them. We've seen them fight through adversity. Alpine's always the good guys, too. Everywhere they go, Alpine's the good guys. The little team outside of the Permian Basin in West Texas, in the bottom 1% of funded schools in the state of Texas. When you look at funding per student metrics, every time we come out here, it's like David versus Goliath when we look at these other programs. But the Lady Bucks have worked hard, and it's not like David versus Goliath today. They've earned the right to be on the floor as Underwood sends this into the net, and it falls for a Lady Buck point and a service error, 25-24. Caro Castillo to serve. Again, set point on the line, sent over. Underwood is set up to the middle, hit attempt there, off of our blockers, and it falls. It's Neve in the middle. Again, it just glanced off of us, fell on that left side of the net as we slowed it down to tie us up at 25. And a service from Idalou. That one glancing over the net, tearing a high control. Now it's Nada up to Neve. Neve a cross-court hit right in front of the Idalou bench, and there is point away from taking the first set. They have the service as well, and their libero, J.C. McKinney. The senior sends it over. It's Caro up to Nada. Nada set up for McKenzie. McKenzie tips it up to the back row. Idalou a high control there. Bump set in a free ball. Free ball. It's Caro up to Nada. Nada to Neve in the middle. Neve sends a hard one off of Underwood. There's a whistle. Oh, man. There's a Ladybug down on the floor. They just gave the point to Idalou. I think it was us who touched the net. It's Neve being helped off the floor right now, nursing her right ankle. But they just gave the point in the set to Idalou when Idalou wasn't going to control it on the other side. I think Neve, when she fell down and got hurt, touched the net. It was going to be 26-26. Either they gave the point to Idalou because of the injury blown on the Lady Bucks, with really what felt like an early whistle, as Idalou wasn't going to get it back over the net, or Neve fell and hit that net. Either way, it's 1 set to none Idalou, and a tough way to end that first set. Back and forth. Lady Bucks are going to have to be more resilient than I. They're going to have to come into the second one with drive and with momentum. And I think without Neve, we'll be back in a minute.
Alpine Community Credit Union wants to thank Alpine and its residents for making Alpine such a terrific place to live by supporting its customers with the best professional and friendliest service in town. Federally insured, they can help you with loans, businesses, savings, or any banking need that you might have. Experience our beautiful clean lobby and that down-home professional small-town courtesy that you can only expect from, well, a small town. Alpine Community Credit Union.
With everything you've got on your plate, it can be difficult to manage healthcare for the whole family. At Big Bend Regional Health Clinic, we make it easy to find a provider and schedule care right from your phone or laptop. Whether it's an injury on the practice field or time for annual physicals, just visit bigbendanytime.com, select your preferred provider and appointment time, and you're good to go. Our clinic team specializes in compassionate and personalized treatment for patients of all ages. Schedule today at bigbendanytime.com.
Saturday, November 8th, the party's on at Morrison's True Value Hardware Store and Morrison True Value Gardens. It's Morrison's 97th birthday party. Come by, get your free anniversary shopping bag, fill it up with merchandise. When you check out, they'll knock 25% off your total. Firearms, power tools, and ammo accepted, as well as items already on sale. Buy 1 gallon, get another one free on premium Easy Care paints and Woodsman stains. It all happens Saturday, November 8th under the True Value sign in Alpine.
Lori's still working on Neve's ankle over there. She will not be in for this set. Taking over and nursed by in the rotation, Emery Mercado. And I'm not sure if Neve will come back into this one. She's a pivotal middle hitter and middle blocker for Alpine in that second half of the rotation. Idalou took that first set 27-20. That's Caro Castillo to serve. Caro floats it over. And Idalou with the high control back set up to the net and a hammer ball back over. It's Zaraya up to Nada. Nada in the middle for Peyton. Peyton with a tip. And Idalou able to get it back over for Caro. Again, Nada in the middle to Peyton. Peyton just outside of the line on that far side. 1-0 Idalou. And just off the body language from Neve over there on the bench as he's talking to Lori, it'd be tough to see her come back into this one. It's a hit from Underwood. Caro diving after he gets it up to Nada. Nada to Peyton. Peyton in the back row off an Idalou Wildcat for a kill to tie us up at 1. Lady Bucks will serve Nada Morris. Front row, Peyton Kincaid, Taryn Harden, Mackenzie De Leon, Zaraya Galvan, Caro Castillo, and again, Nada to serve as this is sent over. Shanked off of Idalou and into the back of the gym to give the Lady Bucks a 2-1 lead. A service ace for Nada. Again, Nada sends this over. That one diving into the back row. Idalou gets it up for a free ball. It's Zaraya up to Nada. Nada to Peyton, and Peyton with a hard kill, glancing off of a blocker. Libero, a sliding dig, and sends it high into the front row. Now free ball as Caro controls. Nada off to Taryn. Taryn finds a naked area of the floor to make it 3-1 Alpine. You know, one part of this is without Neve in the lineup. As if the Lady Bucks do take a lead, if they do go on a run, they will start losing their collective minds. It's Nada ready to serve. She floats it over, and Idalou sends it back. Taryn controls. It's up to Peyton. Peyton with a free ball. Underwood and a setter dump. Nada control. Peyton another free ball. That free ball glances off the net and falls to make it 4-1 Alpine. Nada to serve. She sends this over. Idalou a high control. Set across, and the hit attempt from a few feet away is into the net and down. 5-1 Alpine. Wow. Nada again serving. That was just an error from Idalou. Once they got into rhythm at the tail end of that first set, there was nothing like that going on. They did a lot of that early on in the first set. But Taryn Harden sends this hard off the hands of the blockers and out on the side. Maybe an Idalou timeout incoming. 6-1 Alpine. Whistle and a timeout on the floor from Idalou. 6-1. Lady Bucks take it. Again, Neve wouldn't have been in the rotation just yet, the senior and the middle blocker when she comes in. But the Lady Bucks, before they get to that part of the rotation, have taken a big lead, 6-1. We'll send it to a quick commercial break. Now we have things up and running. Again, you're listening either on YouTube or at Big Ben Radio.
Is that old lawnmower or tractor having a hard time starting? Is it mowing your lawn uneven? Is it tearing the grass and not cutting it? It may be time for you to upgrade to a new steel mower or tractor from In-N-Out Rental, Alpine's only authorized steel dealer. In-N-Out has a complete line of yard care equipment and tools, and their knowledgeable and friendly staff can assist you answering any questions you may have. In-N-Out Rental, 604 West Holland, here to make lawn care easier.
Another hit attempt from Idalou after the Lady Bucks service is a rocket into the net and down, 7-1 Alpine. That was Underwood on the hit. Again, a special thanks to the following sponsors who made the YouTube broadcast possible. Well, wait a moment. Nada Morris to serve. That one floated over. No spin on the ball and a miscontrol by Idalou. Back into the net and under the net for an ace for Nada Morris. 2 aces in this service set. It's 8-1. West Texas National Bank, Big Ben Telephone, McCoy's Building Supplies, Skinner's Drilling and Well Service, and Josh and Michelle Reinhart all came together and helped make this broadcast possible as this lands just outside of the line in the back row. Idalou smart to watch it go by 8-2. That's why we didn't have the broadcast the first time around. They charged the same going rate for a 6A high school they do for a 3A high school over at the UIL. But our community sponsors and our community got together to make this possible. It's Nada to Peyton. Peyton with a kill. That lands in front of the back row. 9-2 Alpine. I can't tell y'all how monumental it is to get off to a hot start in this set. Right after Neve gets hurt. As this is over, it's Evelyn up to Nada. Nada in the middle for Peyton. And Peyton sends a hard one off the hands of the blockers and down. 10-2 Alpine. Lady Bucks were dominant in the second set against Coahoma. And have a dominant start here. Not just to take it a big lead, but for the Lady Bucks to start believing after an injury like that. That could suck the air out of a room. Lady Bucks didn't let any oxygen out. Now it's across for Evelyn. Evelyn to the back row, just outside of the line on a looping ball, 10-3. Service now from Underwood. This is a big front row right now for Idalou as Peyton tips it over the blockers, diving after it. They send a free ball over. It's Evelyn getting it there. Caro, free ball to the back row, just inside of the line as the libero watches it go by. Right in front of the Idalou bench, 11-3. Man, that one must have been on the line. Peyton to serve. Peyton sends it over. Idalou sends a free ball to Peyton. Man, they really pushed that one. Nada in the middle to Emery. Emery blocked up at the net and a recontrol by Emery. Now it's Nada up to Emery again. Push back over, free ball, and Peyton controls out of the back row. Nada to Taryn from a few feet away, and Taryn's hit attempt is sent back up in the air. Flat-footed hit attempt. Nice dig from Nada. Too low to the front row and too low for Emery to make it 11-4. And a service from the libero for Idalou. She floats it over, strong towards Caro. Caro to Evelyn, out of rotation, up to Emery. Emery pushes it towards Underwood. Underwood with the back set now, and it's controlled by Nada in the back row. Nada to Caro. Caro sends it over. And another hit attempt at the middle, and a pushover from Idalou. That's one thing that's going on here is we've had Nevaeh in the rotation for months now. And when we get to this back half, it's part of our offensive mindset. It's part of our defensive mindset, knowing and understanding that we have Nevaeh as an option as the middle hitter and middle blocker. And now we have to change up our looks with different personnel. It's just how things go. And Lady Bucks are having to adjust to it right now. Right now I'm seeing Nada more in the back row, I think, than normal. That's probably part of the adjustment. As she is now rotating back to the front row with Gabby rotating in, and Gabby controls this one high into the air. It's Nada up to Evelyn. Evelyn glances off the blockers, high control and a bump set, or a set off to the left side. Too strong, out on the back row for a Lady Buck point, 13-5. That was a huge one. Even up 8. Lady Bucks need to play their best. Gabby with a service error. Just hit that one, 13-6. And a running service now up to Caro. Caro to Nada. Nada back set for Evelyn. Evelyn with a nice hit to the back row off the libero and towards the Idalou cheerleaders to make it 14-6. You're listening to Big Ben Radio on YouTube or on the radio at 98.7 FM locally. As Zariah Galvan sets up to serve. This one sent over. High control up to the net. Setter dump. Taryn sends it right back over. Idalou scrambling to send a free ball. It's Zariah High to Nada. Nada at the net tries to set her dump. That's into the Permian Panthers logo at the top of the net and down for an Idalou point. 14-7. It was a really taut night in that taut net in that first matchup. Really tight across. Balls were kind of getting played off of it. I think it's loosened up since then, as this is a hit attempt from Idalou. Back up at the net. Underwood jams it into the hands of Taryn, and it falls on the Lady Bucks side. 14-8. I think Peyton is rotating back in next. Here's the service floated over. It's Caro up to Nada. Nada across for Taryn. Taryn with a hard kill. And a free ball sent back over by Idalou. Caro to Nada. Nada to the middle for Emery. Emery sends a looping ball to the back row where we get a diving dig. Now a hit attempt. Cross court. Outside of the line and a Lady Buck point. 15-8. Caro with the service, sent over. High control by the libero. Again, 15-8, a push over at the net. Diving dig from Caro. It's up to Peyton. Peyton with a free ball over as their setter sends it across. They tip it over our blockers just in front of Zariah Galvan. We send it back up into the net. They say it bounced that first hit. 15-9. 6-point Lady Buck lead. I think they led by as many as 8 in this set. Maybe 9. It's Zariah High to Nada. Nada in the middle for Taryn. Taryn with a hard kill attempt. And Idalou out of control and out of their reach in the back of the gym. 16-9. Neve still over there talking to Lori. Again, 1-0 Idalou. They took it 27-25. Whoa. Nada with a service. They call it outside the line. Man, from here, that looked like it landed for the ace. 16-10. Setter now, Campbell Ross is serving. It's Taryn High to the air. Caro up to McKenzie, and McKenzie has to send a high looping free ball over. Big hit attempt now from Idalou. Glances off Peyton, glances off of Caro under the net. It's a 5-point ball game, 16-11. It's really important during this part of the rotation for the Lady Bucks to get points as well. It's Idalou's service. Wow, lucky there. That one hit the net hard and just died on the net, inched over the net, and fell on the Lady Bucks side for an ace. 16-12. And a timeout on the floor from Alpine, trying to maintain a big lead. Now just a 4-point Lady Buck lead. As Coach Morris talks to her team. We'll be back in a moment here from Odessa Permian High School.
Lowe's Market traces its history to E.M. Bud Lowe, who sold candy and sundries from the back of his truck in Littlefield, Texas in the 1940s. In 1964, Bob opened the first Lowe's Market, a small grocery store in Olton, Texas. Since then, Lowe's has expanded into small and medium-sized towns and cities throughout Texas and New Mexico. When Lowe's makes an investment in a community, they also make a commitment to serve the community with the highest quality and selection, along with fair pricing. Lowe's, your family grocery store.
Man, one thing about this Odessa High School complex is it is huge. It looks like a college campus when the kids are let out of school. There's thousands of them walking around. As we control this, it's up to Nada. Nada tries to push it back over the net, and it hits that Permian Panther logo, the P, to make it 16-13 and a 3-point Lady Buck lead after the Alpine timeout. And Alpine took a commanding lead at the beginning of this one, and they watched this go strong for a service error. Big one to get back for Alpine as Taryn sets up to serve. Front row is McKenzie, Evelyn, and Peyton now. 1,000 kids in a recent graduating class for the Permian Panthers. As this is hit towards the back row. Carl to Nada. Nada in the middle for Peyton. Peyton with a rocket. Man, I don't even think the blockers jumped up into the air yet. I think they were still on the ground ready for Peyton to jump. And Peyton just reached that arm out and send it over before you could even blink. 18-13, 5-point Lady Buck lead. It's a setup in the middle, back set, and a cross-court hit blocked up by Peyton. And Idalou able to send it back over for a free ball, but a jump up and a block at the net as the Lady Bucks send it right back over. Mackenzie De Leon, 19-13. Idalou set up at the net, cross-court set. Glancing off of Mackenzie and falling too far. It's a 5-point Lady Buck lead after the point for Idalou. So 50 kids about in a graduating class for Alpine and 1,000 for Permian. They're 20 times the kids in a class for the Permian High School as Nada sets it up to McKenzie in the middle. McKenzie pushes up at the net and it hits the net and falls for another 4-point Lady Buck lead. Underwood serving again. Peyton will rotate out of the front row. I think on the next service, wow. That's that no spin service and an ace for Idalou. That's given them some great points today. No spin, and that one just squeaked over the net and fell instantly, 19-16. Again, the sophomore Underwood to serve. That one, a diving dig from Evelyn up to Nada, out of Nada's reach and into the net and down, 19-17. Underwood ready to serve. That's Caro controls. Again, Caro up to Nada. Nada towards the front row, out of reach for Peyton. It's another point for Idalou. I thought that one was going to go too far, but with these services with Underwood and that top-down motion, the drop on him, you have to respect him as this is coming towards Nada, or Taryn. Taryn high to Nada. Cross-court set now for Evelyn. Evelyn, a looping ball, too strong in the back row, and it's tied up at 19. Look, even if this set doesn't go Alpine's way, they can win it in 5. It's Underwood over to Evelyn. Evelyn to Nada. Back set now for Peyton. And Peyton just inside of the left side to make it 20-19 Alpine. And again, Peyton rotates to the back row. Back row is Nada Morris, Taryn Harden, and Peyton Kincaid. Front row, Mackenzie De Leon, Emery Mercado, Evelyn Smith. As a hard hit attempt lands just inside the line on the back row to tie it up at 20. Service now from the libero for Idalou. J.C. McKinney floats it over. It's Caro, too hard to Nada, and a tip back over. McKenzie controls. It's up to Emery. Emery sends it into the hands of the blockers and down, 21-20. Emery Mercado with the kill. And Gabby Dominguez will serve. Man, this is an important set. If the first set wasn't important, this one is really important, guys. It's a setup for the left side. Cross-court kill. Caro, a high control out of the reach of Taryn, and it's tied up again at 21. Idalou in the second half of these sets is just a whole different animal. I mentioned very early on in the ballgame that I thought Idalou looked worse than Coahoma. That was in the first half of the first set. I would think the same thing in the first half of the second set. When this second half of each set, they've just turned up the Rockets as this is controlled all around in a free ball over. It's Taryn up to Nada. Nada back set and a setter dump controlled by Underwood. Now a setter dump from Idalou, and that's just inside of the line to make it 22-21. An Idalou service. Again, it's 22-21 Idalou, and a timeout on the floor. We'll be back in a moment here at Big Ben Radio.
Up here in the mountains, you don't settle, and neither do we. Mountain Zone TV brings crystal clear cable, lightning fast internet, and reliable service right to your cabin, lodge, or backcountry home. Dallas Cowboy fans who live in Presidio, Marfa, Fort Davis, and Marathon can catch the Cowboys in action with a Mountain Zone TV cable package. Because here at Mountain Zone TV, we're doing business right.
Never know how. It's time for this month's Napa savings. Pick up a GearWrench Professional Bidirectional Diagnostic Scan Tool for only $130 each, saving 18%. Save up to 20% on crocodile cloths for just $19.99 each. Napa Full Synthetic Motor Oil up to 33% off, available for just $25.49. You can get Napa Heavy Duty Diesel Engine Oil starting at just $15.59 each, saving up to 33%. Buy some Napa Diesel Exhaust Fluid at 24% off, only $12.99. Napa Auto located at 301 West Holland Avenue in downtown Alpine.
Another ace for Idalou as we control it. High to Emery, just out of her reach, and then it falls after as they send a low service over. Diving dig from Caro. It's Nada high to Taryn in the back row. Taryn a looping ball back over. Idalou now up at the net. Free ball over. Again, a 2-point Idalou lead. Free ball lands inside. No, just outside of the line. 23-22. That one went into the hallway back there. Zariah will have to go looking for it. 23-22. Like an Easter egg hunt as it trickled into the hallway back here at Permian High School. And a service that bleeds over the net. And free ball over. It's Taryn up to Gabby. Gabby to Nada. Nada has to send a free ball now. Set up at the net. Setter dump. Diving dig from Gabby. Across now for Taryn. Taryn to the back row where Idalou controls with a 1-point lead. They send a free ball over for Caro. Nada across for Taryn. Taryn, a high control by Idalou on a big hit attempt. Emery Mercado sends it right back over. Idalou able to control that. And now diving under the net is Zariah. It's Nada and a free ball from Emery just outside of the line. 24-22 Idalou. Sorry, it's so exciting I forget to update that scoreboard. 24-22, a service. Ladybugs get it back over for a free ball. Lucky to do so, and Lucky as it hands off of the hand of a blocker. Back to the back row, uncontrollable there, and a 1-point ball game. Again, set point on the line for Idalou. Caro to serve. Deep breath and a service. That one over the net, controllable by Idalou. They have a hit attempt from the left side. Tips it over. Diving is Zariah. She's unable to get it back up into the air on a tip over, and the student section is going wild for Idalou. 25-23. First set was 25-27 Idalou. And a heartbreaking end. Ladybucks had a monster control, a big control in that second set and lose it 25-23. As we'll send a quick advertisement break your way. Ladybucks trailing 2-0 and have to strap it down and take control. I still think it's possible. I know that's coach speak. But I think the Ladybucks, if they believe they can come back and win it, they can come back and win it. We'll be back in a moment at Big Ben Radio.
Skinner's Drilling and Well Service offers everything you need when it comes to solar well pump system installation and maintenance. Whether you're looking to cut electricity costs or need solar power in an area where electricity is not readily available, Skinner's Drilling and Well Service has some solar options that you'll want to consider. By the way, these systems are upgradable over time. Call Skinner's Drilling and Well Service, LLC at 837-2497, Texas license number 2838A1.
When it comes to protecting your home, don't settle for just any roof. Trust the experts at Talent Roofing, serving Alpine and all of West Texas. At Talent, we don't just build roofs, we build trust. Whether you're facing storm damage, need repairs, or are ready for a fresh, dependable roof, we've got you covered. Call Talent Roofing today at 432-837-7009 for your free estimate. Talent Roofing, where craftsmanship meets confidence. And that's Talent Roofing at 432-837-7009. Alpine Radio is your home for Fight and Buck football all season long, and it's made possible by our incredible sponsors. A huge thank you to Tally Reed Insurance, Talent Roofing, Skinner's Drilling and Well Service, Napa Auto Parts, Morrison's True Value, McCoy's Building Supplies, Holiday Inn and Hampton Inn Hotels, Maverick Bank, Big King and TV, Big Ben Regional Medical Center, Alpine Community Credit Union, In-N-Out Rental, Mountain Zone TV, and Lowe's Grocery Store, and all the businesses who support Alpine sports. When you shop local, you're powering Friday night lights, big plays, and hometown pride. From the first kickoff to the final whistle, Alpine Radio is bringing you Fighting Buck football, fueled by our community sponsors. Thanks for backing the Bucks. Well, folks, this third set is underway. Lady Bucks trailed 2-0. It was 27-25, then 25-23.
Big Canyon TV is your West Texas home for the newest and best Samsung TV.
Sorry, Misha, Big Canyon TV. You'll have to wait for a moment. It's Lady Bucks on the floor as Caro Castillo checks in. Really, I just can't get over how that first set ended. It was Neve getting hurt on the play, with it being 26-25 Idalou. Lady Bucks had hit it over. Idalou was not going to control it. It was going to hit the floor after the second hit from Idalou. And it did hit the floor as the whistle sounded, giving Idalou the point as Neve hurt her ankle and fell. I think she fell into the net, and that's what ended that first set. Would have been tied up at 26 as Gabby controls it up to Nada. Nada cross-court set for Peyton, and Peyton with a hard hit into the back row. Lady Bucks going to have to take a lot of momentum right now and grab that momentum early on in the set like they did. It's not what I meant to do. Like they did in the second set, unable to close things out. As, again, Idalou ramps up and plays their best at the tail end of these sets. It's Nada ready to serve. She sends it over, high control by Idalou, back set to the right side, and a block around by Taryn. Diving after it is Zariah. Nada gets it up into the net, and Idalou scrambles to get a free ball over. The libero has to peel herself up off the floor as we get it up, try and tip it up on the far side, and it falls on our side to tie it up at 1. Wildcat service. This is their setter, Campbell Ross. I'm sure you're sick and tired of hearing about Idalou, man. Idalou gets a block at the net and blocks Peyton. 2-1. It'd be really special if the Lady Bucks came back in this one. Again, a block in the middle for Idalou. And out, a service ace now on a ball that doesn't spin out in front of the diving Castillo, 3-1. All right, Lady Bucks can't lose control here. A whistle from the official by the far scorers table. And she has a word with the head coach of Idalou. Now talking to, I don't know who she's talking to. Oh, I think the officials have headsets. Yeah, they have headsets, and the official on the ladder can talk. Oh, it's an injury timeout. Nada now is getting her ankle checked on. Again, Neve not in for the set. Emery Mercado has stepped up and played a crucial role. And keeping the Bucks close in that last set, just inches away from the Lady Bucks. Taking really both sets now. It's Idalou with a floating service out in front of the diving Caro Castillo. That's a no spinner again. No spin on that ball, and it just dies a knuckleball over the net and falls for an Idalou ace. Now Taryn controls the hard one. It's Nada across for Peyton, and Peyton with a rocket in front of the back row. Idalou seems upset about these Peyton hits, man. When Peyton gets that hit, it's like, even when she rises up to the ball, it's like they lose interest. This one floated over, control high to the net. Now a high bump set from Nada. Nada to Evelyn. Evelyn sends it to the Idalou front row where they send a high set across and a hard hit attempt too strong, 4-3. Oh, no, the Ladybucks touched it. They're going to rule Ladybucks glance that off their blockers, 5-2. And an Idalou service. Fighting Buck football this Friday plays Compass Academy. The second time around in the district as this is floated over. It's Evelyn up to Nada. Nada to Peyton, and Peyton with a tip over the net as Idalou controls. Backs it off to this right side, and a hard kill attempt inside of the back line, 6-2. This is important now for Alpine to not get defeated here. You can compete with this team, but Idalou with the momentum after 2 sets and have carried that into the beginning of this third. Service now from Underwood, floated over, out in front of Caro, and another ace. The aces have been the difference as well for Idalou today. You take away the aces from the first 2 sets on those no-spin balls diving over. And Alpine takes the first 2 sets. Nada across for Evelyn. Evelyn hard into the net. Free ball back over. Back to Evelyn, and Evelyn with a hit on the other side. Big point for the Lady Bucks, and a nice play by Evelyn Smith to go ahead and grab it. Peyton to serve. Peyton sends it hard to the back row where Idalou controls, and they send a free ball back over. Nada, or it's Mackenzie Hyde and Nada back across for Evelyn. Evelyn sends it glancing off the hand of the blocker. They give the point to Idalou, man, and I saw that move off the hand of the blocker. I believe I saw it. I hope I saw it. But again, they give that point to Idalou. It's Nada across. That's Neve Carrasco back in the front row. Neve with a hit attempt and a free ball back over. Evelyn up to Nada. Nada across back to Evelyn. Evelyn blocked at the net. Ladybucks send a free ball back over out of the back row. Caro. It's set up at the net. Hard hit attempt. Glances off the net. Diving dig from Taryn. And a free ball from Evelyn. Idalou, another setup to the net. This a hammer hit over to Taryn. Nada backs it to Mackenzie, who finds the back row of Idalou. They send it back over for a free ball. It's Neve up to Nada, back to Neve in the middle. Hard hit attempt. That one almost made the basket up here in the gym and ended up in the stands. 8-4. Again, Neve has checked back in. As we trail 8-4 in the third set, trailing 2-9. Gabby Dominguez will serve. She floats it over. Idalou high to the net. Back set now. Hard hit attempt. Too strong. Oh, just inside of the back row. 9-4. Right in front of Coach Morris. 9-4. Idalou. Idalou serves. Rocket over, Taryn. High control the back of the gym where Gabby will chase after, and Evelyn sends a free ball. Nice to get it up to the front row where they have a hit attempt. Glance off towards Taryn. Now it's across for Evelyn. Evelyn glances off the net. And Idalou able to control. Flat-footed hit attempt to the back row. It's Evelyn again to Nada. Nada in the middle for Neve. Neve sends it across. Now back row hit. Caro diving. Sends a free ball over for Underwood. Setter dump to the back row. Again, Caro scrambling to get there. Gabby to Evelyn, and Evelyn tips it over. Cross-court hit from Idalou. Jump up at the net is Nada. A whistle and a Ladybuck point. Nada jumped over. Her hands just over the net. The ball right up at the net. And Alpine trails 9-5 after a long rally of a point there. Zaraya to serve. Zaraya sends this over just inside of the line for an ace as Idalou watches it go out. 9-6. Here's another service. High control by Underwood. They get a free ball back over. No, that was a good hit. Wow. It should have been a free ball, but the hitter up in the front row, Brianna Fishback, the senior, jumped over and tipped it over with a hard over-the-shoulder hit to fall on the Ladybuck side. 10-6. and Natalia with a running hit on the surface. Now it's Nada across for Taryn. Taryn to the back row where Idalou sets it across. Back row hit just inside the line. Past the outstretched Caro Castillo, 11-6. Lady Bucks need a run, need it right now. Natalie Stake sends it over. It's Nada up to Taryn. Taryn cross court hit high towards the net. Dump there from Idalou. And they dump it back in on their own side, 11-7. And Caro sets up to serve. Again, a 4-point Idalou lead. And they have to send a flat-footed one from Fishback over to Caro. Caro to Nada, setter dump there, and a free ball back over. Nada in the middle for Peyton. Peyton to the back row, and Idalou gets it there. Cross-court set attempt. Underwood with a hard hit just inside of the line to give another 5-point lead to Idalou, 12-7. And the Lady Cats up 2-0. They send a floating ball over. It's Zariah digging from her knees, and a setter dump back over. Zariah hits it up, scrambles out of the area. Nada across for Taryn. Taryn to the back row. Idalou does a good job getting a free ball back over. Here's a hard hit attempt now for Peyton. Peyton goes off the front row. They send a free ball back over on the second. Caro to Nada. Nada to Peyton. Peyton just inside of the line in front of that Idalou bench. 12-8. Right now, Taryn Harden, Peyton Kincaid, and now Mackenzie De Leon in the front row with Zariah Galvan, Caro Castillo, and Nada Morris serving. Nada floats it over. Back set, Underwood. Underwood is a sophomore, and she has a hammer. She sends it on home, 13-8. A service now from Idalou. We've seen the Ladybugs go on runs in this ball game. Need one here. It's Taryn up to Nada. Nada in the middle for Peyton. Peyton tips it over the hands of the blockers. You know, Peyton has that jam with the right hand, but the peanut butter in the left. This time it's the peanut butter to tip it over. It's 13-9. High control by Idalou. They get it up to the front row to push a free ball over. Now it's Caro sending the free ball to the back row of Idalou. Set up to the left side. Hit attempt from Underwood is into the net to make it a 3-point ball game, 13-10. I think, man, if the Ladybugs can win this set, who knows what happens in the next two. It's Underwood to the back row. Caro controlling there. I think our blockers touched it, so Caro touched it as well. It's off of Caro and out for an Idalou point, 14-10. And Underwood to serve. And they've got a good rotation as they bring a couple of tall players back to that front row. It's Taryn up to Nada. Nada cross court for Evelyn. Evelyn into the net, but controlled by Peyton. They'll say the blockers touched it. Evelyn tips it over, and a free ball back over for Taryn. Now Nada. Nada to the middle, blocked up at the net by Idalou as they jump over, tap it home, 15-10. A service again here from Hadley. She hits that running service up to Taryn. Ladybugs diving after it and unable to get it back up as the miss hit forces a 6-point Idalou lead. And it's 16-10 as Coach Morris takes a timeout on the floor. Ladybugs need to call it all together right now. Hey, one thing that's going on, though, you know, with I talked earlier about how there's 1,000 kids in a graduating class here at Permian. Compass in the Odessa area somehow has added a whole bunch of players to their roster, a whole bunch of foul-mouthed guys to their roster, and I think part of that, much of that has to do with guys who maybe didn't make the roster here at the 6A high school. Again, a private school can just offer scholarships to guys from in the area. And when we look at that roster for Compass and when we look up and down their team and the army they put together on the sidelines, I think they've got a number of guys now at their school who's having their way paid by the private school coming from the 6A program. Nonetheless, that's not till Friday. Right now, we have big-time action. It's Caro up to Nada, Nada to Peyton, Peyton off the hands of the blockers, and Idalou sets it back up to the front row. Their hit attempt there, slowed down. It's Caro to Nada, Nada across for Evelyn. Evelyn finds the back row where Idalou controls, but has to send a free ball over on the third hit. Caro up to Nada, Nada on her knees, the bump set. Peyton with the hit, controlled, and now a first-time hit from Evelyn as Idalou sends a squeaking ball off the net. That one hit the pin on the right side of the net as they tried to hit it over on a free ball in the second hit, 16-11. And Peyton Kincaid will serve. She sends this squeaking over just inside of the line. 16-12, a service ace for Peyton Kincaid, and it's a 4-point ball game again. You could tell Coach Morris was amplified during that timeout conversation. This is that moment where things really matter this season. Sure, things matter in district play, but now with your backs against the wall, Ladybucks need to win this set or they go home. It's a hit from the right side, soft towards Peyton. Peyton up to Nada. Cross-court set for Evelyn. Evelyn with a rocket off of Idalou, and now we're on the backside of the gym. 16-13. Seniors trying to prolong their volleyball career. Peyton Kincaid, one of them, ready to serve. That goes on both sides. Peyton floats it over. Up to the front row, set attempt in the middle, off of our blockers, into Nada's hands and out towards the side. That one was hard towards Nada, 17-13. And a 4-point Idalou lead. You know, Ladybucks controlled much of the second set. It was back and forth in the first set, but Idalou came back as Nada sets this up. A cross-court hit from Neve, right back over a free ball. Nada up to McKenzie, bump set out of rotation for Evelyn. They send it right back over. It's Taryn. Taryn to Nada. Nada to Evelyn. Evelyn blocked at the net, and it falls back in on the Ladybug side for another 5-point Idalou lead, 18-13. Heroics needed now. Service from McKinney. It's up to Caro. Caro high to Nada. Nada to Neve. Their hit attempt controlled there. They push to the back row. Taryn up to Nada. Back across is Evelyn. Evelyn pushes it over the net. Free ball, and Idalou sets it up on the left side. Underwood with a hard kill. Diving is Caro. Great dig as we set it up to Neve. Neve too strong. Untouched by Idalou, 19-13. Again, Idalou up 2-0. And a service error as they go too strong to give it a 5-point. Give the Ladybucks a point and make it a 5-point Idalou lead. Gabby Dominguez to serve. Front row, Nada Morris, Evelyn Smith, Neve Carrasco, Taryn Harden, Caro Castillo, and Gabby serving as this is controlled by Idalou. They're hit from Fishback just inside that official on the far side, 20-14. Service now from Idalou. This is Aaliyah Garcia, a senior. Sends it over. It's Taryn up to Nada. Nada to Neve. Neve just inside of the line, 20-15. Hard hit attempt from the middle. Another 5-point lead. And a rally needed as Soraya will serve. Soraya Jr. along with Taryn Harden and Gabby Dominguez getting great minutes on the floor right now. It's high towards the net for Idalou. Idalou tipping ball over for Caro. Now Nada cross court for Taryn. Taryn just inside. Oh, they're going to give the point to Idalou, saying Taryn touched the net, 21-15. That's a tough one to take. It's a 6-point Idalou lead. They will serve. This one over for Gabby. High to Nada. Nada across for Taryn. This time Taryn's hit controlled by Idalou. They send it across. Hit attempt there. Slowed down. Taryn high to Nada. Nada bumps it back to Harden. Harden blocked up at the net. And Idalou will get a hit attempt off balance over to Gabby. Gabby to Nada. Nada sends it to the front row for Taryn. Right now, Nada's doing everything she can, man, orchestrating this team. Anything that comes her way, she's trying to get up for a hit attempt as the Ladybucks control this one back into the net, 22-15. She's dancing and diving all over the floor and getting good hit attempts at the net. The setter and the quarterback of this team. As there's a timeout on the floor, Ladybucks trail by 7, 22-15. Trailing 2-0. Ladybucks will have to come out of this with a fever, man. We'll be back in a moment.
The cold weather has struck Alpine, which means that basketball is right around the corner. Celebrate Alpine Fighting Buck basketball and the start of their season with the Wilson Stice Invitational. That's the first annual Wilson Stice Invitational, taking place on November 21st and 22nd. The Ladybucks and Fighting Bucks will host a slew of teams here at the Buck Dome and the Gallego Center over at Sul Ross State University. Again, November 21st and 22nd. Mark your calendars for Buck basketball.
I'm getting this camera back up and running. Ladybucks with a hit attempt from the left side. It's Taryn Harden. Taryn's hit controlled. Now Underwood sends an emphatic slam home. (23-15). Service over, service error into the net. Ladybucks grab a free point there. 23-16 as Caro will serve. Again, Caro Castillo ready to serve for Alpine. She floats this over. High control by Idalou. Back set off to the right side. Hit attempt blocked at the net by Peyton Kincaid. And falls on the Idalou side, 23-17. Back to a 6-point affair. As Castillo will set up to serve again. Caro sends this bleeding over the net. Idalou high control back into the net. Taryn Harden jumps up and sends it back in on the Idalou side. 23-18. And a timeout from Idalou. Following that timeout break, Coach Morris talked to the team. Got the Ladybucks 3 straight points. It was 23-15. Now it's 23-18. And a timeout from Idalou as this is a 5-point ball game again. What a great matchup today, man. When we talk about getting lucky, those first 2 sets, 27-25, Idalou, the way the first one ended, the second set, 25-23 without Neve. We didn't have Neve for the start of this one. Caro Castillo up in a setter dump. It's Gabby up to Nada. Nada in the middle for Peyton, and Peyton with a hard one. Idalou somehow able to control this. It's a free ball over. Gabby again to Nada. We'll try Taryn on the near side. Taryn's hit just outside the line, 24-19. They get 24-18. It's a service now with the set point on the line. Set game match-in season on the line for Alpine. This one floated over. It's Zariah up to Nada. Nada across for Peyton. Peyton with a hard kill, glancing off the blockers and falling for a Ladybuck point, 24-19. Back to a 5-point ball game. It's Nada ready to serve. She floats it over. Idalou back set off to the right side, blocked up at the net, and Idalou able to control. Now they set it up in the middle. Hit there, off of Zariah, off of Caro, and on the floor. That's the season. Idalou takes his third set, 25-19. Again, Idalou. Had a few fall their way in the first two sets. Really took things home in this third set as the Lady Bucks fought gallantly in this area championship round. Final score 25-19 in this third set. Again, it was 27-25 in the first and 25-23 in the second set. Lady Bucks need to hang their heads high as we'll be back in a moment here at Big Ben Radio.
Whether you're here to explore Big Bend, cheer on the Lobos, or just watch the West Texas sunset, Hampton Inn and Alpine is your home away from home. Wake up refreshed in a cozy bed. Enjoy our hot breakfast, always free, just minutes from Sul Ross State University in downtown Alpine. We put comfort and convenience on the map. Hampton Inn and Alpine, where West Texas hospitality meets Hilton comfort. Book today at hampton.com.
At Maverick Bank, we don't just bank, we break the mold. Bold, independent, and built for Texas. We make decisions locally with your goals in mind. Whether you're growing a business, buying a home, or planning for the future, we're here to help you move forward. Visit www.maverick.bank or stop by your nearest location in Alpine, Fort Davis, or Presidio. Maverick Bank, legacy-driven, future-focused. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Enjoy the familiar comforts of Holiday Inn Express as you explore the mysterious beauties of West Texas. We offer spacious rooms with large bathrooms, complimentary breakfast that will spoil your taste buds, free Wi-Fi, fitness center, indoor pool, and even electric vehicle charging. Holiday Inn Express, your oasis in the desert in Alpine, Texas, 2004 East Highway 90. Call 432-837-9597.
Stephanie from Dr. Seuss. I got a note, he's got a car, he's got a boat, and if we have time, can we give him a quote?
Of course we can, Renee, and we can do it today. And if he likes a policy for his bikes or his home, does he live in a dome? We can cover his travels if he likes to roam.
Well, we'll cover it all. I'll give him a call.
If it's insurance you need, call Tally Reed, 837-3459. You'll be fine here in Alpine.
Hey, again, just to wrap things up, man, one thing goes Idalou's way, one thing goes the Lady Bucks' way. We could be talking about a whole different ball game. That's the nature of these volleyball games and how things played out, with Neve getting hurt right at the tail end of that first set, the 27-25 win in the first set. Idalou was able to take that first one. I mean, Lady Bucks could have swept this thing if that one goes a different way. It's anybody's ball game, but again, Idalou came out. I thought during the first half of the set, they struggled, but then the second half of every single set, they were lights out. Idalou was able to really control the ball game in the second half of the sets, was able to get into rhythm, get focused up at the net, where they would hit it into the net early on in the first, or in each set. They didn't late in the second and first and third set. I mean, all three of them. But again, their service aces also played a pivotal role. They will go on to either play Wall or Tolar. Tolar was the team that knocked out the Lady Bucks in the third round last year. But as far as Alpine goes, man, the seniors put their heart out on the floor and really gave it everything they had. The big hitter, Peyton Kincaid, from the middle was lights out as always. Caro Castillo diving, dipping in the back row, was able to get save the Lady Bucks on a number of occasions. Mackenzie De Leon was a big-time blocker in the middle. Neve Carrasco, the way she got hurt at the tail end of that very first set was just so unfortunate, and came in, toughed it out, and played late on in the set in order to try and help out her team despite being on a bad ankle. And just a while into the season here, up on the road in the area championship round. But again, a good Idalou team came to town, and incredible freshman that we saw. That was number 13, Briley Stevens. But they had great hitters all around as well, and a great composed team. And Idalou came to town. Lady Bucks, though, will hang their heads high. Alpine's still a volleyball town, man. We pack out the gym unlike anything I've seen in any volleyball game before. And folks are definitely proud of the Alpine Ladybucks and how they competed on the floor against this Idalou team in the area championship round. That being said, I'm sure some folks right now are probably pretty upset that we're listening or not able to hear the Dallas Cowboy game going on. We'll send it over to the Cowboys at Big Bend Radio and sign off for the last time here as the Ladybucks control the season. I guess we'll sign off in a moment after we thank everybody who put their hard work into this season. It's, I mean, the parents who come out, the parents who've been working with these girls since they were little, the coaching staffs, the school employees, each and every girl who put their hard-earned sweat and tears into this thing, man. But we'll send it off again. Signing off at Big Bend Radio. This has been Alpine Ladybuck Volleyball.